Record.
Perfect. Hi, friends. And I like how Dawn prefaced that by saying we'll watch those comments because she knows I don't have my glasses on right now. I don't even see them around here, so I can't see said comments. So we'll just have my friends shout them out if need be. And by friends, I mean the the people of who created this event. So I am Steffie Malbrough, Superstar Director. I actually currently, right now, because this has been happening a lot lately, I currently live in Arizona, and I say that because I am a former military spouse. My husband just retired in August after serving 20 years. And so it seems like every time I do a call, I live someplace new. So I am in Arizona right now, I think about an hour from Kendra. So we're practically neighbors. But I just moved here in December from Florida, and we spent on and off 12 years. So I'd almost say I'm a Floridian, even though I'm born and raised in Seattle, but we've lived all over the place. And I also have grown this business all over the place. So I joined Scentsy back in 2011. We were living in Key West, Florida at the time. And then we, just moved a skip and a jump up to Seattle, up to Alaska, back to Florida, and all over the place. So if there's any testimony to our business that you take away, it's know that Scentsy is portable. It's not a tree. You can literally pick it up and move it. And if you ever find yourself relocating, whether it's a city, a state, a coast, know that your Scentsy business can go with you. And that's one of the reasons why Scentsy is such a great opportunity for each and every one of us, is that there's no state exams, there's no licensing, there's none of those certifications that you have to take with you and go someplace else and start all over again, which I know many of my friends have had to do that when they're in nursing and teaching and real estate and everything else. So if you are currently with Scentsy and it is just side hustle, a hobbyist, a discount on your product, maybe you're just here and on this Zoom tonight for community and friendship, know that full-time income and a career and retiring your spouse from their job is also a possibility too when it comes to this business. And I am one of many, many, many who have been able to do that over the course of their Scentsy career. So tonight I want to talk to you guys about simplicity in running our business, and know that in my 13 years now with Scentsy, I have done everything. And because I have done everything, I now know what I enjoy doing, and what I enjoy doing is okay to look completely different than what you enjoy about this business. So I strongly encourage every single person to try vendor events, fundraisers, basket parties, pouch parties, Facebook parties, text parties, bingo parties, home parties. I encourage you to try all of that, and even try it more than once, twice, and 3 times. Figure out what you enjoy doing, tweak it, be authentic to yourself, do what works for you. But what you will find is 2 things when you try all the things. One, oh, I get balloons for peace sign. One, you get to find what you're good at, and you get to find what you enjoy doing, and you learn real quickly what you do not want to do. And the great thing about Scentsy is it's not one size fits all. You guys know, you've seen successful consultants who do just social media, who just do home parties, who just do vendor events. And we aren't all put into this box where we have to all do the exact same thing. We're not showing up to convention in a blazer and nylons. I would love to see Dawn attempt that, but you will not catch me in nylons. Blazer, yes. And so the great thing about Scentsy is we do not have to show up looking the same, running our businesses the same, talking the same way. We get to do our business exactly as we want to. So I want to encourage you to try all the things. And the second reason why I want to encourage you to try all the things is when you grow your team and when you start to sponsor, it may not be how you're running your business now, whether it's you don't enjoy doing it, it's not in your season of life, perhaps you have a deployed spouse or an itty bitty baby at home. I was once Kendra times 2 with having a baby, and Willow's joining us, having a baby in an ergo on the front of me at a vendor event on my feet for 8 to 12 hours for a 2-week fair. And so it could be a season of life for you where vendor events ain't it. And when you've tried all the things, you are knowledgeable still to tell your teammate, hey, when I used to do vendor events, I would bring X, Y, and Z, you know, like, or when I would do home parties, I would stick to one toe in because it looks duplicatable to your host who you're hoping to flip the party to, you know, little things like that. And a lot of us can't speak on or have knowledge of those things unless we try it all. We can only reiterate kind of what we've heard and what we've read and what we've seen, but until we've done it all, can we truly, you know, train a teammate and explain, you know, our successes and maybe our failures when it comes to doing a certain thing. So first, I want to encourage all of you to try everything. Once you have tried all the things and figured out what you enjoy doing, you can stop doing everything else. So I have done the entire time we lived in Alaska, I did all vendor events. And the entire time that we lived in Seattle, it was all basket pouch parties that I was mailing to my customers back in Florida, since that's where I had started. And I knew nobody back in Seattle in my hometown when I moved my business there outside of my family. And if I was waiting for my family to support my business, I would have closed shop 10 years ago, right? So if you were somebody who is like, my family doesn't support me, my high school friends don't support me, there is so many other people in this world who will support you and love your business and buy from you and purchase from you. And just know that if your mom is still buying her wax at Walmart, let her. Like, just, there's so many other people out there in this world. Don't close your business because your Aunt Susie is, you know, buying wax elsewhere. And so try all the things, figure out what you're good at, and just know that once you find it, you can hone in on your skills to just run your business that way. Now, I am an introvert. I do not like to leave my house, period. I don't even really enjoy roaming the aisles of Target. Now, I shop at Target 2 to 3 times a week, and it's delivered to my house via shipped. Dawn can attest to that. I don't like leaving my house. I don't want to go shopping. I don't want to go grocery shopping. I don't want to go anywhere. And so for me now, 13 years later, I can run my business completely online. And when I say I'm running it online, I don't have an external website. I'm not smart enough for SEO. I don't have the patience to go and learn any of that. So when I say that I run my business online, it is just from social media. I run it through my Facebook and I run it through my Instagram, and that is it. I don't have the TikTok. I really stink at updating my Facebook business page. You can take a peek at that if you'd like. There's not a whole lot happening, but because I show up every single day on my personal Facebook page, and because I show up on Instagram every day, whether it's in stories or on my grid, people have had the opportunity to get to know me. Then if they like me, they get to know me, they get to like me, so then they stick around, and then they get to trust me. And so we start to build relationships over the last 13 years. And so that when I say I like a particular fragrance, they've now learned over 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 years, however long they've been shopping with me, that we may have similar palettes. Or if I say that I really love this particular fragrance, like right now I'm on a Hello Willow. I'm on a sip and poolside kick. If my customer knows that my nose is completely opposite of theirs, they're like, I'm gonna stay away from that. Go ahead and give me a 6-pack still of my, you know, amber and teak or whatever that fragrance is. So when you show up every single day, people get to know you, they get to like you, and they get to trust you. So I took a couple notes today because I want to make sure that I cover a few things for you guys. Know that because I said I'm an introvert and I run my business online, guess what I don't have? Stock. I don't carry any stock. I don't carry any inventory. In fact, just this weekend, I posted an Instagram showing how pitiful my own personal bar stash is. And I think there was 13 bars. I have 13 bars, probably now 11 because it's now Monday. And so I've warmed a couple since then. I have like 9 bars to my name right now for my own personal use. You do not have to have inventory to make 6 figures in Scentsy. You do not need a Scentsy warehouse with all the warmers and the wax and the room sprays and the travel twists and the mini cotton pad cleanups that are trash. You do not need to have all of that in your inventory to have a successful business. And in fact, I had a customer who I wanted to fire recently. Dawn got an earful about her, who had texted me and said, you don't happen to have the Shamrock Splash. You don't happen to have, she called me one found me on the consultant locator, called me, tore our wax up and down and ripped me a new one about how our wax sucks, but she wanted some warmers. She followed through with placing an order just for warmers, and then had the audacity, after getting my happy mail, my thank you mail, she had the audacity to shoot me a text and say, "You don't happen to have Shamrock Splash in your stock, do you?" And I wanted to be like, "Lady, you already told me our wax is trash and it doesn't last, but okay." So I found great pleasure in texting her back saying, "Hey, I personally choose not to carry any inventory." So hopefully she found another consultant, because I really, really wanted to can her. So you don't have to carry inventory. You don't have to carry stock if you don't want to, especially if you want to run your business online, especially if you don't want to do vendor events. What I use my host rewards for is strictly for scent circles, so I can thank people, and anything that I need in my house, laundry in particular, wax, clearly I need it. And you do not have to build inventory up in order to have cash and carry on hand. Customers will learn to adapt. And in fact, you will start to find customers that fit that for you if that's what you're looking for. So know that to show up authentically and to run a simple business, you don't have to have an office. I'm currently sitting at my kitchen counter with y'all. You don't have to have an office. You don't have to carry inventory. You don't need all the bells and whistles. You don't need everything from the Scentsy Success store to run your business. Maybe a pack of catalogs. Maybe I have one pack, a thing of rack cards that Dawn creates for all of us, some scratch and sniff stickers and some scent circles. And that's how I run my business. I make felt samples once a month. Those get mailed out, and that's it. There's nothing more to my business than some rack cards, some forever stamps, envelopes, scent circles, and that's it. And that's what drives my income, because as you all know, when it's under somebody's nose, when they can smell it, we can sell it. And so rack cards, scratch and sniff stickers, and a felt sample of the scent of the month is what works for me. Keep it simple. If you haven't heard of the term KISS, keep it simple, Scentsy. Outside of our business, they call it keep it simple, stupid. So remember that the tiniest little bit of business supplies, as long as they can smell it, you can sell it, will move your business forward. But you do not have to go in debt, open up a credit card, buy all the dang things in order to run your Scentsy business. And I never, ever want to hear somebody say, like, my spouse wants me to quit because I spend too much money. Like, I don't want to hear it, because there's absolutely no need for it when it comes to our business. I want to encourage you to show up daily. Pick a platform and stick to it for at least 30 days. So if you are somebody who's like, I just live on Facebook and I scroll, you better be posting on Facebook. And so I want to challenge you for 30 days, show up for your business and show up with your own content. So don't be borrowing other consultants' pictures of warmers. Don't be acting like it's yours and you're posting, 12 photos of the mushroom warmer if that's not what you have. There are so many other ways that you can tie something in. We just launched the Harry Potter. Perhaps you don't have the warmer. That's okay. Perhaps you have none of our Harry Potter collection, but perhaps you've been to Universal Studios. Use a picture from your trip that you went there and tie it in to announce that we just came out with a new warmer and the wax collection. There are ways that you can tie it in to make it personal to you, to make it personal to your travels, to make it personal to your home, without having to use other people's photos. Because when you're using other people's photos, there's no cohesiveness. And also people aren't getting an opportunity to get to know you, get to like you, and get to trust you. They get to see my house. They get to see Chelsea Otto's house. They get to see Rachel Pence's house. That doesn't help you build your community of allowing people to get to know you, like you, and trust you if you're just using other consultants' content on repeat, because that's not authentic to you, that's not who you are, and that's not allowing people the opportunity to get to know you and get to trust you either, if we're just regurgitating what somebody else is saying. So I want to challenge you for 30 days, pick a platform, whether that's Instagram, whether that's TikTok, whether that's Facebook, whatever that looks like to you. Maybe you've been dabbling in Project Broadcast or a newsletter, but you've been really inconsistent. Pick one, not all, but pick one, 30 days, and give it a good effort and see what growth comes from that. How to show up daily. That doesn't mean just posting marketing tab images and just warmer sales and push, 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 push. Show up. What makes you you? Do you have 7 Boston Terriers? Post pictures about your dogs. If people are engaging with those photos, clearly the audience has spoken and they want more of that. Now, if you keep posting pictures of, I don't know, your lack thereof garden happening right at the moment and nobody's engaging with it, or you're posting, you know, the same copy and paste of what every other consultant is posting, Kate Middleton, for example, or the pandemic photos that everybody was sharing last week, or maybe it was the Super Bowl and your thoughts on the halftime show, whatever it is, and it's getting 0 likes and 0 traction, your audience has spoken. They don't want to see that. So I love my children, but guess what? People don't engage with the content of my children. They're not itty bitty cute little buttons like Kendra's is. Mine are big kids. And therefore, a lot of us have big, stinky, sassy mouthed kids. And so when I post about them, it's like, well, their grandma. The grandma will like it. So pay attention to what your friends and family and customers are engaging in and continue to give them more of that. There's a reason why so many of you follow particular people on social media. If a travel content creator is just sharing, you know, travel tips and how best days to book cheap airfare and where to stay and those things, then all of a sudden they flip the script and the next day they're going down a conspiracy and politics, what would you do? You'd probably hit unfollow or be like, what is this crazy train doing? And I'm out. Give them what they're looking for. And so that's why if it's content with Scentsy, content with your 7 Boston Terriers, maybe you restore cars, maybe you've got, you know, a cat with 12 toes, whatever it is that people are loving and engaging with and getting an opportunity to get to know you, like you, and trust you, continue with that. Share Scentsy though, obviously, but more than just sales, show right now on Instagram stories, Power Hour. Show when you guys get together for sample making. Show if you get together for World Tour. Show when you're making samples and how that looks like. Show them more than just sales content or a $35 join special. There is so much more to Scentsy, and you guys all know that because we all have different whys for why we're in this business. And so if it's for community and friendships or discovering yourself outside of being a wife and a mom, that was me. My posts and what I share on social media has to reflect that. Me just posting a picture of the Take a Stand warmers, what I'm looking at right now, will not give you an impression that when you join Scentsy, a random Scentsy consultant who's not affiliated with you guys in any way will come and speak to you and pour into you. They're not going to get the impression from a sales post that, you know, we're international, that there is community and that there is friendship and that there is collaboration and there is no competition and that we all are different. And so if you have silly photos together, share them. If you get together and, you know, stay in a hotel room together before SFR, before World Tour, Dawn and I at leadership, we all had matching pajamas and like laughed our buns off. Share that. There are so many people, especially new moms, because I remember that, of feeling alone and like all of your friends just lived inside of your computer and they were from a mommy's group only. And so if people are looking for friendship and a community, show that. If people are scared to join Scentsy, that they're going to be on their own and they don't know what to do and they've never tried anything, show them that when you join this community, there is training, there is mentoring, there is a how-to guide, there is a step-by-step, there's a first things first checklist. Like at no point in this business will anybody be alone. If somebody is looking to join for finances, that is a great opportunity to also share. Inadvertently, we moved to Arizona, sold our house in Florida. Because of Scentsy, though, there's a pool going in my backyard. Just little posts like that and my pool progress updates shows that because of this business, we have a little extra cash coming in to, you know, put a pool in our backyard, to buy this house, to, you know, maybe it's private school for your kids or competitive sports or just building a nest egg so that the whole family can have, guest tickets to go at SFR to go to Universal with you, whatever it is, share that, thank you for your order this month. It paid for, Vanessa's ballet class. If it wasn't for my Scentsy business, there would be no ballet. It would be very, very financially hard for our family. So I encourage you to show up on a social media platform for the next 30 days. But I also encourage you to share more than just a sales post, more than just our $35 join opportunity. Show how this business has blessed you, whether that's through community, friendships, a little side money, maybe even flexibility. I can speak for myself that 13 years in now, I am unemployable. Like if somebody were to tell me that I had to show up at a certain time and I couldn't leave until a certain time, and shoot, I even get up and go to the bathroom whenever the heck I want to here. Now, I don't know about you guys at your 9 to 5 jobs, especially if you're, standing on a floor or you're, on somebody's bedside because you're a nurse. Like, I have a feeling you don't just get to go to the bathroom whenever you want to. Because of Scentsy, I am unemployable. You can't tell me when I'm going to take vacation. You can't tell me that I can't, clock out early and go pick up my kids from school or when the nurse calls. Like, absolutely not. You can't tell me what to do. It's been way too long and I'd be very rusty at that. And I would get fired real quick. So show the reasons why you love the Scentsy lifestyle, whether that's only, it's bringing in $100 commission check and it pays for your coffee habit, or it pays for dance lessons or basketball, or it's building a nest egg for travel, or maybe, to put a pool in your own backyard. I know Shauna Davis is working towards that too. Whatever it is financially that you're being blessed with, share that. Go beyond just a sales post. Share what you love, and also be okay with sharing things that you might necessarily not. Some of the most engagement I've had is when I'm sharing my honest opinion on a particular fragrance or maybe a particular product. I told you guys at the beginning of this, I think the new cotton mini whatever cleanups, I think from what I hear, they are trash. Those won't soak up an entire bar in my take a stand warmer. So share that authentically. If I were to share that with my customers, I know that my customer Brooke would be like, thank you so much for the heads up on, the cotton pad cleanups, because if I can't soak up an entire bar of wax from our take a stand, because I put an entire bar in take a stand warmer, they would question me with placing an order there moving forward, especially if it's a brand new customer. I can't go on and say that I love every single flipping fragrance that we have. There's, 90, 100 plus at every given catalog season. So people will start to get to know you, get to like you, and get to trust you when you are giving them your honest feedback. Sometimes it can even be comical. I remember years ago, I was on a Facebook Live doing a sniff review of the 10 new fragrances for that season. And I had our youngest Ella with me, and she was probably like 2. I asked her what this scent, can you tell everybody what this scent smells like? And she said scissors. I sold so many bars that smelled like scissors, whatever that may be, because Ella said so, and then they were curious. So if you've got kids, use them. If you've got a spouse, they also say some really off the wall things, but be honest and give your feedback, because people actually will tend to spend more when you've been honest with them from the get-go that, I don't particularly love our travel twists. I haven't found a good spot for them in my own personal house and in my own experience. I don't buy them. We don't have a dog, so I can't give you an honest review on, our pet line when that is available. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you, oh yeah, I wash my iguana all the time with it. Like that's not accurate. So be honest with people about which products and you love and you use. You will never catch me obviously talking about our pet line other than saying like, yeah, we've got one. I don't have a dog, so I can't share that experience with you. I don't particularly love our travel twist, so I'm not gonna like try and push you to having a travel twist fundraiser like that. That would be really inauthentic of me. Again, show all the things, not just pushing sales posts. Use your own pictures, use your own content. Also get creative. I am cheap. And so it wasn't probably until, I don't know, a few months ago, and I don't even use it. But a few months ago, I finally was like, you know what, this is getting ridiculous. How much I have to do to just set up to take a photo if I'm going to be in it, like a lifestyle shot. I would not spend the $12 on Amazon for like a tripod or a phone stand that clips to the countertop when I'm making wax samples. Instead, I would stack like 2 chairs and a laptop and a you know, Dawn Power Wash I'm looking at right here to hold my phone up for me. So take photos, get creative with your setup, be in those photos, show your home, and everything that comes with it, even if it's a mess. About a week ago, I had posted on Facebook my kitchen a mess. And it was just to show that I was warming lemon lime fizz. And I was chatting in our director group chat that day, just from a picture of my messy, messy kitchen, saying that if you want your house to smell clean without having to clean it, to warm this lemon lime fragrance. And I had 6 PWS orders that day, one in which was 2 6-packs of lemon lime fizz, and then a 6-pack of just the pods for it. So would that person have ordered 2 6-packs of lemon lime fizz and a 6-pack of Scentsy pods had I not posted it today? I'm gonna say no, because who the heck even knew that was a fragrance, because it's not in the catalog, and if I had not shared it. So share your life. Not everything is going to be perfect. Not everything is going to be clean. Oftentimes, I mean, I can turn the camera around right now and there's a sink full of dishes and my husband's got all of his stuff set up here for work. And so show the messy, show the not clean. That is relatable. If you've got, you know, a warmer that you want to take a picture of and you want to share what you're warming today, especially if it's a scent combination, so it's an upsale, it's at least 2 fragrances or 3 fragrances that you're throwing in there, push everything aside, take a picture of it. But I also like to step back and take a picture of the mess that I had to move, because that's relatable to many of us, that all of us don't have perfectly clean, curated homes. We don't all have big, gorgeous homes. I moved here from less than 1,000 square feet with 6 people living in it. So I completely understand what it's like to feel like my house is not clean, it's too cramped, there's stuff everywhere. It's okay to push things aside and take photos, and especially take photos, take videos, and then also save them for a rainy day. So oftentimes I may be posting a photo that I took a week ago. I just had yet to share it yet. But I either didn't want to get up off the couch from watching an all-day marathon of Snapped, or I just didn't have anything else to share. So I'm then going through my camera roll and finding stuff like, oh, I took this last week when, you know, the bathroom was somewhat cleaned up, or I took this last week when I was cleaning the bathroom, and I can show how great our bathroom cleaner works on, you know, scum and scuzz in the sinks, especially from, you know, 12-year-olds hawking, spitting into it when they brush their teeth and all that funness that gets left inside. So snap pictures for those and save them for another day. But I really want to encourage you guys to just keep it simple, Scentsy. You don't need everything. In fact, our entire business was originally built on just wax and warmers for years and years and years. Those are our flagship products. So if those are the only things that you currently have in your possession, share it. Share our wax, share our warmers, share what scent you're warming for the day, show how you clean your warmers, especially now if you're not using cotton pad cleanups. Share the number on the bottom of the dish and how Scentsy put that there in the most recent years to show the best, you know, the optimal number of cubes for people to warm for the best scent experience. You know, share those little tips. It comes across as informative and shows off your knowledge without pushing for a sale. And guess what? The sales just naturally start to happen. Share this anytime you guys have a Zoom opportunity, a training opportunity, getting together and laughing opportunity. Share when Scentsy payday hits, how that money is going to, you know, go towards your reunion registration or take care of gas or the hotel, or, you know, actual once a month date night with you and your spouse that wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for, you know, this few extra bucks coming in every single month. So I really, really, really just want to be a face for somebody who runs this business without carrying inventory, without carrying stock, with running it from my kitchen counter and from 3 drawers in my entryway that carry my business supplies, that is all you need to run a successful Scentsy business. You don't need a whole lot. You just have to show up, and then you have to show up consistently. So I see lots of chatter in the chat. Dawn or Shelly, I see your name too. Is there anything I need to answer?
No questions yet. It was mostly just me, Shelly, and Kendra just repeating and agreeing with things you said. So if anybody does have questions, please feel free to pop them in there right now. I'm going to read something that I thought about that I had written down, that kind of goes with our core value stuff and getting a little courageous over the next 6 months together. And then I'm going to pick 3 names of the people that are on here still. I have a spinner up to do that for me because then nobody can tell me that I did something silly. I guess I should unpin. Okay, there. All right. So this is from No One Will Be Surprised Who Knows Me. This is from one of my favorite books, The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. And I'm kind of piecing together 2 things that I had written down. So, you can feel uncertain and be ready. You can be afraid and do it anyway. You can fear rejection and still go for it. We are all so afraid of uncertainty that we want a guarantee before we even try. We want evidence that if we take a risk, we will get the girl. It's a numbers game. To play any game, you have to start. To win, you have to keep going. If you want to make your dreams come true, get ready for the long game. Life is not a one and done sort of deal. You've got to work for what you want. Picasso created nearly 100 masterpieces in his lifetime. But what most people don't know is that he created a total of more than 50,000 works of art. That's 2 pieces of art a day. Success is a numbers game. You're not going to win if you keep telling yourself to wait. The more often you choose courage, the more likely you'll succeed. And I feel like that just ties into the consistency aspect of things and just showing up. Show up as you, show up as yourself, show up messy, just show up. Most people win in this game because they show up when other people refuse to. So, I thought of that while Steffi was talking and had to pull that up and read that for you guys. So,
I would even say just make it a habit. So like Dawn wakes up and she makes her bed. And a lot of times Dawn wakes up, she makes her bed and she'll post her bed made. And then where does Dawn go? She goes downstairs to make her coffee. Like if you don't know where to start and what to share, start there. If you're making your bed every single day, I am not. If you're making your bed every single day and spraying it with Scentsy Fresh, share that. If you are then going downstairs and making coffee, that's not Scentsy related. So therefore share that. That's you. I'm not making coffee. So you see what I'm saying though? We're all uniquely different. If you go outside and, take the dog potty and check on your plants, share that. But like, if you're like, I just don't know where to start, just start with your day to day. And you will find that the most mundane thing that you do though, is what people are relating to and sliding into your DMs. I remember, and you guys can hold me for accountability, I used to wake up and go do my workout first thing to win my morning is what I call it. So I would wake up and put my gym clothes on and I would go work out. And guess what? I would post my finished workout from my watch or a red sweaty face or, like my sweat angel from the garage floor. And guess what happened? Other consultants saw that every single day and started tagging me in their sweaty angel photos too, So like if Dawn's sharing coffee with a new coffee flavor because she loves her particular, like the seasonal Dunkins or, creamers or whatever that come out, consultants and customers would be sliding into her DMs being like, where the heck did you find that? I've been looking all over. And she can be like, oh, I saw it at Kroger, like I bought it at Target or whatever.
I do all the time. I wish I could make money off of how many iced coffee makers I've sold.
Exactly. So whatever silly things you do, if you're like, I don't know where to start and how to show up, just show us your day. It might be the silliest thing, but making your coffee and what you use, your workout pictures, because there's accountability and other people will start tagging you
I think
in
of like
it.
Shelly's face stuff, like Shelly post her, like she's the guru of good skincare. And she shares all of her products and her red light mask and she wears it and she shares all of that, as silly as other people may think. But I know she gets tons of reaction and response.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's guys, it's just adding value.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing, is you're adding value to someone's social media scroll. And then they start associating you with things. And so like for me, the skincare, so they associate me with skincare. Well, now they're thinking of Scentsy subconsciously too, when they're thinking of skincare. Like you're just tying all of these ends together for people and providing value for another outlet for them to talk to you and build relationships. So it's so meaningful. Like they're saying, just show up. Everybody has something. And if you think you don't, then ask one of your best friends, what do you think of when you think of me? You're providing value somewhere to someone somehow. Just show up.
It could be something that you don't even relate to. So if you look on my Facebook wall, somebody just recently posted it. And then I have one of my directors also keeps sliding into my text with pictures of stuff he's finding at Home Goods. And apparently, according to the general public, I love flamingos. I don't. I thought the warmer was flipping cute and I bought a flamingo pool float, but you wouldn't know that
You went
because
through a
I've
flamingo
got somebody
phase.
posting. I have somebody posting flamingo cupcakes on my wall. I've got Matthew, my director, who you guys get the pleasure of hearing from next month, sending me Home Good pictures and margarita glasses and all of these things because he envisions when this pool is done that I need a full-blown flamingo. So whatever it is, ask your best friend, like Shelly said. When you think of what's constantly being posted on your Facebook wall or reels that are being slid into your Instagram messages because people see something and they're like, that's you. Like, I don't know. Is it late night Taco Bell runs? Like, lean into that. Is it skincare? Is it your dog? Is it, silly, whatever it is, just lean into that and pretend that it's, it is you. Like, apparently I'm Steffi and I love flamingos this catalog season. And I'll just own that for right now.
Checker print and tacos.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna stop the recording.